Welcome guys, I'm going to be doing a comparison between the Droid Razr and the Galaxy Nexus phone on the right. Both Verizon heavyweights here, top end phones, and let's begin with the Droid Razr. So with the Droid Razr you got a 1.2 GHz dual core Texas Instrument processor, you got 1 GB of RAM, and it's running Android Gingerbread 2.3. So it's not the latest of Android. I'll show you why later on. But so that's that. Let's continue with this. You got your front-facing camera there, 1.3 megapixels resolution. You got your your LED notification light there. You got your ambient light sensor there as well. Down here you just got a microphone. On the right side you got your power button, your volume rocker. On the top you have your HDMI port, your USB port, and your audio jack. And then on the left side you just have a little slot there where you put in your 4G chip and your SD card. The back is non-removable. It's Kevlar. There's no water that could seep through here, so it's water resistant. You got your 8 megapixel camera with 1080p high definition recording. You got your flash there, and then you have your speaker there. The screen here is an AMOLED screen. You can see that the colors look pretty awesome on there. And that's it for the Razr for now. Let's bring out the Nexus here. Alright, whoops. So you got your front facing camera up top on the right side. Then down here you got your LED notification light. Looks pretty awesome when you get the notification. It looks a little bit better than the one on the Razr. That's just me though. It doesn't have any buttons on there. It only has buttons when they come up when the screen turns on. So let's continue on. You have nothing on top. You have your volume rocker on the left side. You have your USB port on the bottom and your audio jack as well. And you have your power button on the right side as well. This here, I think it's an antenna for the technology that this phone has, which is near field communication, which you can, if someone else has the same phone, you put them back to back, and then you touch the screen, and it'll send them a picture, web page, or anything that you're viewing on this phone, and they'll send it to their phone. Well, okay. I forgot to mention that on this one it is a 1.2 gigahertz dual core processor, Texas Instrument dual core processor. Got also 1 GB of RAM, and it's running Android 4.0, which is the latest. It's ice cream sandwich. And one thing, this is 16 gigabytes internal memory, and then it has comes with the 16 gigabyte memory card, so you have 32 total gigabytes of storage there. And then this one actually doesn't have a slot for a SD card, so this phone just comes with 32 gigabytes of memory, internal memory. So you get the option there. And then this one actually has a removable back, so you can actually put a bigger battery in there, which is probably needed for this phone because it definitely wastes more battery than the Razr. Forgot to mention here too, I'm sorry guys, forgot to mention that this is a 5 megapixel camera, and it's also capable of 1080p high definition recording. So this one's actually a little bit lower resolution on the camera, but I'm not a photographer by any means, so it doesn't really matter to me. Okay. I guess another thing to note about the Nexus here on the right side is that it doesn't actually have flash on it. And a lot of what I don't like about the Nexus is that it tries kind of too hard. Actually, it tries too hard to be like the iPhone, which I don't really like very much. A couple things that I do notice that it does, like we'll run a test while I'm talking, but a couple things that I see that it does that kind of makes it seem like the iPhone is that, well, for one, no flash. For two, the front really looks like it. Not so much the back. It's a lot bigger and everything, but it looks like it. What else? The speaker on it's really weak. Just like, I mean, if you're an iPhone owner, you know that speaker on the iPhones are really weak. On the Razr, it's really loud and it doesn't sound. It's clear, you know. And well, as this thing's finished up, it got 14 megabytes per second download. The Razr did, and 2.1 megabytes per second upload. And then the Galaxy Nexus got 6.7 megapixels per megabytes per second download and 2.2 megabytes per second upload. I have heard that on the Nexus, I don't know if it's the signal's weaker, but downloading speed and stuff, as you can see here, is a little bit slower. But as long as it's fast enough, to me it's fast enough. But it's the reason I got the phone. So let's go ahead and run the quadrant. And again, I'll go back to what I was talking about it being too close to an iPhone. I mean, it has no flash. It has a really weak speaker. And what else was I saying? And it really looks like it from the front. But it just kind of, it's annoying to me, but I live with it because I love the phone. Now there has been saying that because it's the latest Android to come out, 4.0, that this quadrant's not optimized for it, so I guess that's why people say that you don't get an accurate score on the Nexus, but that's what we're going to go with right now. So the Razr's done. Alright, another thing that I thought that it kind of does like the iPhone that I don't really like is that okay, well let's read this first. If I can see it. No, I can't see him. Well, the score for the Razr on this is 2675, and then the score on the Galaxy Nexus is 1663. So like I said, it could be affected by the 4.0. Anyways, like I was saying, let's get these back to Google. See who loads this first. Like I was saying, another thing that I didn't like about it that's kind of like the iPhone is that there's no way to rapidly access the well, you could do widgets for stuff like Wi-Fi and stuff like that, but when you want to go to the apps that are running, you have to go to the settings, and they did do it kind of fast, so where you could do it, you press the setting button right there, but it still kind of annoys me that there's no easier way to get to settings. So let's but those are just a couple things that I don't like about the phone that it tries to imitate. We'll do desktop version because this one came up. Desktop. 1, 2, 3. You can see the Razr's a little bit faster. And then on the Galaxy Nexus, you see those buttons there, they only come on when the screen comes on. So well, I didn't actually see who won that, but well, you guys can tell through the video. So we did that test there. I do believe it was a Razr though, because it looks like it was in the lead. So those were the tests for the Galaxy Nexus and the Droid Razr. Ultimately, they're both great phones. I wanted to switch over to Galaxy Nexus only because it was running the latest Android, and there's no how can I say it? There's no user interface that interferes with the pure Android experience, whereas in the Razr you got the Moto Blur user interface, which is actually pretty neat because I like some of the features that it has, but I just like the pure Android where you get the latest next update it gets. I can guarantee you that this phone is going to be the first ones to get it, compared to the Razr or other phones that have different user interfaces, because they have to optimize them to run with that user interface, so you're not getting the latest update the quickest. So that's the reason I choose the Galaxy Nexus, and it's the reason that I'm going to choose it over the Razr. The Razr, I have a lot of things that I miss on the Razr, because the Razr is a pretty cool phone. For one, it has a music app on there. It's My Music that when you're playing your songs, if you don't have any information on it, well, it's using the internet to bring up the lyrics, and it brings up the album cover and everything like that. And it recommends songs. Recommends songs that are similar to it, as well. The Galaxy Nexus doesn't have that, but it's a feature I could live without, which is why I'm choosing the Nexus over it. But ultimately, the Razr's up to par, and it's actually performed better, at least in these tests. Who knows? We'll get an accurate reading when the Razr gets an updated 4.0 ice cream sandwich update. But I won't have the phone by then, and I'm actually selling the Razr. So if I'll put the link in the description, so you guys can go check it out if you guys are interested in buying the Razr. It's gonna be through eBay. But anyways, you guys have a great day.